Welcome to the Balanced Flux podcast. I'm Tenny McLeod, and these are my takes on cultivating mental health, enhancing personal productivity, thereby living a balanced life. I hope that you'll be inspired to expand the quality of your life and in turn, empower others along the way. Expect new episodes on Sundays at 1 p.m. UTC on major podcast apps and platforms. And remember that you can always get more information on the website at balancedflux.com. So join me now and every week on this inspiring and fulfilling journey through the Balanced Flux podcast. So, ever find yourself staring blankly into your refrigerator, utterly stumped by the monumental decision of what to eat for lunch? Or perhaps you spend hours scrolling through never-ending online shopping options, only to end up feeling more confused and drained. Well, that's because you are probably experiencing decision fatigue, a sneaky mental thief that can seriously sap your energy, productivity, and even your overall well-being. It's a condition that leaves you feeling mentally exhausted and unable to make even the simplest of choices. Now, decision fatigue isn't just a fancy term for feeling lazy or indecisive. It's a genuine psychological phenomenon, like a mental muscle that gets tired after a long workout. For example, imagine your brain as a battery. Every time you make a choice, you drain a little bit of that battery power, depending on the complexity of that choice. And just like your phone that needs a recharge after a long day of scrolling, so does your mind. Each decision you make, no matter how trivial, consumes a small amount of your brain's processing power. And as you go about your day, making countless choices, your mental energy reserves gradually deplete. Decision fatigue can manifest in different ways. There's the everyday kind, the what to wear or what's for dinner type of fatigue that can leave you surprisingly exhausted. Then there's the emotional kind, where weighty decisions with personal stakes, such as choosing a career path or making relationship choices, can leave you feeling mentally wrung out. And to add more fuel to the fire, there's the information overload fatigue, that feeling of drowning in a sea of choices and data where you are unable to make a decision because, well, you're just simply overwhelmed. This can happen when you're faced with an abundance of options, just like trying to choose a new phone from a dizzying array of models and features. See, one of the biggest misconceptions about decision fatigue is that it only affects people in high-pressure jobs. But the truth is, it can affect anyone, regardless of their profession or lifestyle. Whether you're a CEO juggling huge sums of money, or a stay-at-home parent managing a chaotic household, your brain can still get overloaded from making too many choices. Even seemingly simple tasks like deciding what to cook for dinner or which book to read next contribute to the cumulative burden on your decision-making faculties. Having said that, the consequences of ignoring decision fatigue can be pretty dire. You might find yourself making impulsive or irrational choices, leading to a domino effect of negative results. Procrastination might become your new best friend as your brain struggles to muster the energy to make even simple decisions. And perhaps, most importantly, untamed decision fatigue can contribute to increased tension, apprehension, and why even more serious mental health issues. When your brain is constantly bombarded with data and decisions, it can lead to a state of chronic stress, making you more susceptible to anxiety and burnout. But here's the good news. Conquering decision fatigue is absolutely possible, and you shouldn't doubt it. It starts with recognizing the signs and understanding its sneaky ways. From there, implementing some clever strategies will help you outsmart this mental energy saboteur. By becoming more aware of how decision fatigue affects you, you can take proactive steps to mitigate its impact. Firstly, try to streamline your daily choices. Automate those mundane decisions like what to eat for breakfast or which route to take to work. For instance, consider meal prepping in advance or setting a rotating breakfast schedule to eliminate daily decision-making. When it comes to your commute, use navigation apps to establish your regular routes based on real-time traffic conditions. Additionally, delegate tasks whenever possible, freeing up some of your mental bandwidth for more important matters. And when it comes to those big decisions, tackle them when your mental energy is at its peak, like first thing in the morning or after a refreshing break. Establishing automated routines and habits can significantly reduce the number of decisions you need to make each day, allowing for more critical thinking. Also, don't fall into the trap of overthinking every little thing. Set time limits for decision-making and stick to them. Remember, perfection is often the enemy of good. Sometimes, a good enough decision made efficiently is far better than striving for a perfect decision that may take forever, leaving you mentally drained and physically exhausted. Learning to prioritize and focus on the most important decisions can help you conserve your energy. Bear in mind that overcoming decision fatigue takes time and consistent effort to change ingrained habits and rewire your brain. But by reclaiming control over your mental energy, you'll unlock a world of clarity, productivity, and balance. You'll make sharper decisions, breeze through your to-do list, and feel more in control of your life. So, ditch the decision fatigue and embrace a life of mental clarity and mindful choices. Make small changes, one step at a time, while giving it time, and gradually build upon your successes because, after all, you deserve it. And that's a wrap for this week's episode of the Balanced Flux podcast. A new episode drops every Sunday at 1 p.m. UTC on major podcast apps and platforms. You can also listen to the podcast and extend your support through the website at balancedflux.com. This podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. Kindly seek the appropriate care and treatment from licensed professionals. Do join the community on social channels and send your messages there or via email. Either way, if this podcast sparks some form of inspiration, I'd be more than glad to hear from you. Thank you for sharing your time and mind space. Your presence and engagement truly make this journey even more fulfilling and rewarding. I'm Tenny McLeod, signing off for now, and until the next time, stay safe, best wishes, and keep striving to achieve your balanced flux.